Okay, YouTubers, this is Joe from ArtAlienTV. Another game of interplanetary I Spy going on here, back on Mars. Gale Crater, Sol 647. Okay, links will be below, as usual. And we have this image with lots of what looks like random rubble just lying around on the ground. Most of it's very small, but before we start, this is actually going to be a remake of a video I did back in 2014, October. Okay, and I thought I'd come back to this because I didn't do a brilliant job back then. I was not quite so good at enhancing the images. I wasn't really sure of how to treat them as well as I do now, and I thought I'd go over this again. I'll just play you a very short clip of this to show you what I'm talking about here. And we have this kind of pile of rocks here with chain-like structures running through them. And there's what looks like a weird sort of head type thing here, okay? I'll let that play through a little bit. The enhancements aren't great here. I've just done sort of added contrast to the image, that kind of thing. And I thought I would go over this thing again and see if I could drag out a little bit more detail and take a bit more time on it, okay? There's the chain-like structure going through it. Here it goes, runs all through this rock. There are chains in Gale Crater because obviously there were boats there, so when it was a lake, and these chains obviously ended up in the mud, and the mud solidified, and we have this kind of solidified mud rock here, or mudstone. But we also have this thing, and this looks to me like a head of an alien, or humanoid, I should say. Okay. Now the enhancements aren't brilliant, but even with my crude enhancements here, you can see a mouth here, a nose, two eye sockets on a very heavy kind of brow ridge here, and some weird details around the back here. Kind of looks like hair or organic material. Okay, so let me show you the new enhancements I've got. Now I'm going to show you in here first. This is the spot we're looking at just here. This is the raw image, and the thing we're looking at is just here. Now what I do normally, before I actually start working on any images, is I enlarge it. Let's go to size, okay. Now, the resolution is 200 pixels per inch. I'm going to stick a 0 in there, make it 2000. And it's 1024 wide, this image, so I'm going to make it about 3000 wide. Okay, but that's massively increased the amount of information that you can get out of the image, because basically that will clear up the sort of pixelation for you, okay? So do that, and now it looks a lot smoother, doesn't pixelate, okay? So you can actually look at these things better when you do that. And here's the image, the part of the image we're looking at, just here. Now, I haven't done anything else apart from that to this image, and you can see an eye in there, okay? Don't know if you can see that, and you can see another one there. You can see a nose, a very vague mouth. Now, all you got to do to really pull that out is add some contrast. I'm gonna use a bit of color balance first, fade correction, okay? Now that changes the brightness and contrast. We go in a bit darker. Now we can start to see something, okay? See that eye? You can see that eye there. Now of course it's not that clear at the moment, so I did some other enhancements, and here they are. Okay? These are different stages that I've taken in enhancing that image, and some are darker, some are brighter, and some have been color filtered again, like this one here. Okay, so I think the early one is this one, N2, that's the second one I did. Okay, and that's the stage I just showed you, where I just used auto kind of settings on that. Okay, and we have here later one, where I've really gone in dark. So we have some later ones here where I've gone in much darker and really pushed the contrast out and tried to accentuate these details for you, okay? I'm not going to get in too close because it does get a bit blurred. You can see there's a head there, and it looks like it has long hair draped over this rock here, kind of encrusted. This may be organic material, I don't know. It could be something growing up over it. But it looks like a guy anyway. There's another one. That's probably not as good. You've really got to play around with the contrast with these things. Sometimes you go too bright, everything becomes vague. Go too dark, you can't see anything. So you've got to get the levels of contrast just right when you do things like this. Okay. Look at the detail. It looks like somebody buried up to their neck in sand and probably tsunami debris, like a lot of the other things that I've found and other people have found. Okay, there's an earlier one there. I'll put clips of these in at the end anyway for you, okay, so you can see these in sequence, showing from the raw image right the way through, okay? So that's it really for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon.